Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dragon Keep here, and welcome to part 9. Yeah, part 9, I think. Hold on. Yeah, part 9 of What If All Might Was Never Injured. So, let's jump right back into it. And soon everyone gets their hero names. And sure enough, they decide their internships. Izuku got an internship by a retired hero called Gran Torino. And Gran Torino helped him out a bit, but I mean, it's not like he could do much. I mean, probably teach Izuku a little bit of parkour, but that's pretty much it. Oh god. Yep. And sure enough, Nomu's attack. Izuku wanted this off. Manual wonders where Ida is Izuku finds some with Stain, and Izuku easily kicks Stain's butt with no problem. Ida is on the ground going, "Why? I could have handled him myself." Izuku looked at him and said, "Yeah, tell me that when you're not pinned to the ground." But it's okay, Ida. People make that mistake almost all the time. Believe me, when I first started becoming a vigilante, I wanted to did so bad to find out who started the fire. But over time, I learned that it's best not to dwell on certain things, like hunting for revenge. Because things like that don't solve anything. It only builds up more anger, more guilt, more pain. So, you wanna help me turn this guy in or what? And so Ida helps turn Stain in. Sure enough, the flying Nomu comes in. It's coming after Deku. And he is like, "Izuku, duck, Midoriya, duck." And Izuku said, "Dude, do you not know what I carry behind me?" He takes out his katana and slices the Nomu in half. Then, just to be a weirdo, he yelled out, "Katana power bitch. Then Ida said, Midoriya, language. Izuku just looked at him and said, what'd you expect? I was raised in the same place with Bakugo. Ida said, fair enough. And he did have silence when he was talking, so, just for you to know. So, so once that was done, Ida is treated for his wounds in the hospital, though, and then the chief dog of police went and said, Tenya Ida, because of your recklessness in trying to use your quirk without your license, since your teacher, your intern, the person you were interning with will take the damage for you. Midoriya. Yeah, or Analysis. Which one do you want me to call you? Izuku said, Analysis is fine. The dog chief said, okay, Analysis, since you don't exactly have a quirk, we can't exactly give you trouble for you or your mentor, so you're off the hook. Izuku says, okay then. Sure enough, up comes the big test, the final exam. And everyone does exceptionally well, like how they originally did in canon. And up comes Izuku and Bakugo versus All Might. Izuku is waiting for the exam to start. Sorry about that. And Bakugo looks at Izuku and says, Are you sure you'll be able to do this? Izuku just looks at him and says, Of course I am. But I'm gonna keep a close eye on you. This final exam will show me how good you are in teamwork. Don't disappoint me. Bakugo nods, and the exam begins. As they're walking towards All Might, Izuku and Bakugo formulate a plan. And sure enough, All Might comes jumps in and pins Bakugo to the ground. And All Might says to Bakugo, "Alright, young Bakugo, now, where's your little friend? Where is your anti-vigilante friend?" Bakugo just smiled and said, "He's right behind you." And boom! Without him noticing, Izuku used his sneak ability put the cuffs on All Might, and boom, Izuku and Bakugo won. And then, Aizawa says, "Okay." And Aizawa says, "Okay, here are the ones that didn't pass the exam. Kirishima, Rikito Sato, Mina Ashido, Denki Kaminari, and Hanta Sero." And Kaminari was like, no fair. Me and Mina were up against the principal, whose IQ is pretty much like 1,000. Izuku just turns to him and says, "So what? Even if you passed the practical part of the exam, there's no way you could have passed the written part. Even with studying, even if you studied with Momo, you get bored too easily when you study. You forget things randomly. And not to mention you have bad training with your quirk." And Kaminari took offense to this and said, well, that's a lot coming from the guy without a quirk." Izuku says, that just makes you even more of a dunce." And Aizawa says, "I mean, he's not wrong." And Kaminari, he said, fine. So they get to the summit camp. On the bus, it suddenly stops. They get off. Everyone gets off the bus, and two of the wild pussycats Mandalay and Pixie Bob along with Kota, the little kid who likes to punch his fist at balls for some reason. And sure enough, Pixie Bob uses her quirk to get everyone from class 1A down to the forest, and Izuku is just riding, like, woohoo, awesome. And everyone gets down there, while Pixie Bob and Mandalay, go, oh, do good. Make sure you get to the training camp as soon as possible. Oh, and watch out for these monsters. And Izuku says, we got this. Well, maybe some of us got this. Well, maybe most of us got this. Kaminari said, hey, I can take on some monsters. Izuku said, how did you know that I was talking about you then? If you think you can take on a couple of monsters, then stop wasting time and let's get going. And sure enough, everybody walks out of the forest. Everybody but Izuku, who is extremely bruised and tired. Good. And Denki is in his brain fried state. And Izuku said, woo, that was a rush. And Kirishima said, of course it was for you. You probably used to deal with these things on the daily. Izuku said, Kirishima, you were once a vigilante too. I don't want to hear anything from you. And then soon enough, everyone is told to train up on their quirks. And with Izuku, he has to find out the two things missing. Izuku thought to himself, I used quick pace and buff up in different parts of my body. But what if I used them both in the same place? As he tries this and creates a blue energy ball. Rasengan! I'm just playing. As Izuku says, I think I'll call this ability the data form. And that's where we're gonna leave it off for now. Sorry about that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, boom, set that like button across the face. Catch you next one, guys. Laters.